Estonia has put a spell on me since the first time I visited in 2013. Afterwards, I've been practically coming back on a yearly basis for hiking, exploring, in search of wildlife, and just to be surrounded by the pristine nature. 2 years ago, in a dreamy mood, I stumbled upon a property with some woodland, meadows, an old house, and no neighbors. It was surrounded by bogs and forests, and I could already imagine all the wildlife that would pass through the garden. I already knew the area pretty well, and after a little visit, I decided to just do something crazy and go for it. After buying the property, COVID crisis struck and I wasn't really able to visit anymore. Shortly after, I met Isa, and now we are in this together. We are Isa and Klaas, and we would like to introduce to you our project. Let's start by showing you an overview of the property. The land measures around 13 hectares, with half being forest. The other half consists mainly of wet meadows. There is an old farmhouse there, which has been abandoned for years and is slowly falling apart. In one of the meadows, there is a little orchard with some old apple trees and berry bushes. The forest and meadows haven't been managed in decades. By managing the forest and meadows in the best possible way, we would like to improve biodiversity, create a safe haven for animals, and offer a place for people to spend the night and enjoy the calmness and natural beauty of the place. Mid-May, we left to Estonia for a month with a long list of plans in our head to start our little project. But first, we took the time to explore the country and surroundings a little bit better, before starting with the heavy labor. We hiked for 3 days in the north of Estonia, crossing forests and bogs, equipped with our backpacks and sleeping in our tent. It was an amazing adventure, meeting the local wildlife, following bear and wolf tracks, getting up early for sunrise, and just enjoying the slow, simple life. It charged our batteries completely and we were ready to start work at the property. Since the farmhouse is in very bad condition, we decided to buy a spacious bell tent and live from there. One of the first things we did was set up trail cameras to monitor the wildlife. We want to be able to see the evolution in the garden throughout the years, through managing the property in the best way possible. Of course, we realize a lot is dependent on the nearby hunting pressure, but still we want it to be a safe haven for the wildlife. Spread over the garden, we created 2 salt lick stations. A mineral block on top of a wooden pole where local wildlife can come supplement extra minerals in their diet by licking it. We also dug a little mud pool. The idea was that during mosquito-infested summer months, nearby wildlife would benefit from a nice layer of mud to avoid being stung. We put cameras near the lick stations and mud pool and on some animal trails spread around the garden. And then we just had to wait. The orchard needed some work too, and we tried our best with the limited tools we have. We removed a lot of dead wood from the apple trees and made some big wood piles with it. Wood piles will support a wide range of wildlife, ranging from invertebrates to small mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and birds. And it's an easy way to get rid of your excess dead wood fast. We also fixed and put up some nest boxes, including 2 bigger owl nest boxes. Fingers crossed the rural owl will find its new home there. Armed with some basic tools, a small handsaw, tree lopper and some pruning shears, we started thinning out parts of the forest, giving more space to the trees we want to see grow old and clearing some of the animal trails, making it easier for them to get around. Big parts of the forest we left completely untouched and overgrown, providing sufficient shelter for the wildlife. We also planted young trees on the meadows we want to turn into forest again. A mix of oak, beech and poplar. As a hobby wildlife photographer, I sell calendars every year. For every calendar sold last year, we wanted to plant 5 trees in the garden. Mowing the grass proves to be the biggest challenge. With 6 hectares being grassland, that's a lot of grass to be mowed. The fact that the grass hasn't been mowed in decades, lots of rocks and uneven terrain doesn't make the job any easier. For now, we decided to mow 2 hectares of the most interesting grassland, and this once every year. Even though the grass hasn't been mowed in decades, the plant life was still quite impressive. With military orchids, Siberian irises, agleaf twayblade, and some lesser butterfly orchids popping up here and there. In between working in the garden, we also took the time to explore the surroundings, hiking, biking, and looking for wildlife. This was all for our first video. Our next update will come in September, when we start with mowing the meadows, we check the trail cameras, and we start with plans for a tiny house. Until then,